You see, the problem with people who only want to criticize is they don't understand the whole concept of acknowledging your own faults. Because everything is meant to look as pretty and polished as possible, the problem is that we can't really be honest. We've replaced so much of our work and so much of our creations with automation that we hyper-focus on anything that's not absolutely perfect. As an author, it gets very frustrating when I'm trying to write and people hyper-focus on every single mistake that I make. What I know for a fact that reputable authors have teams of people. They have a lot more money, time, and energy and resources and free time to be able to put out their work, to be able to do the research, to be able to make sure that things are worded properly. Even Stephen King has mistakes in his books. And it's not only the fact that your critics aren't even interested in actually helping you, but they're not even interested in acknowledging their own problems. I can tell you this from one of my previous jobs where I wrote about so much that whenever you're arguing with somebody, it really fucking throws them off whenever they criticize you and you acknowledge that they're right. Because that diversion of criticism where they're trying to take blame off of them to redirect some sort of out of the blame onto you doesn't work when you're actually the one being honest in the conversation. This is how you end up with a bunch of fat losers, people on the internet who will take a comment that you make or a video that you make or a statement that you make and criticize it all to shit while failing to embody the point that they're trying to get across to begin with. And I think this mentality makes people want more things to be done by AI or artificially or done by machine. We say that we like handmade things, but we don't like the drawbacks for things that are handmade. Handmade things aren't as precise. They aren't as perfect. They often have blemishes. Very few people can do things at an appropriate level for most people to accept in today's day and age, in today's market, to where, unless if something is machined, you're not really going to buy it. And even if something is machined, that thing has to be advertised all to hell for you to even be able to see it, because you're not even interested in looking for something that was made by an actual person. Same thing with our politics. We have a lot of people who care a lot about politics, but don't really care enough to do any research or have any conversations or admit when they're wrong about politics. Same thing with interpersonal communication. This is the problems, and these are the many things that I keep writing about over and over and over again, how we want the handcraftedness and the uniqueness of humans, but we don't want the flaws of people. We want people to act like machines and that they never make mistakes, they never have a miscalculation, and they never do something wrong, but we don't want machines. So all we do is we criticize without even understanding our criticisms.